So, here we are, back with SEGA Flash Volume 5 this time. So again, there's not too many of these. I think there were 7 or 8 come attached to SEGA Saturn Magazine in the UK. And that run for 38 issues, so you can tell they were quite sporadic. Not quite sure what's on this one. So we've got the little intro again, nice little Saturn lighting effects, and this funky kind of, I don't know what type of music that is, joyful. We'll get cracking. So, Sonic Jam, Sonic 3D, Sega Rally, Die Hard Arcade. So, I mean, it's pretty slim, isn't it? Sonic 3D was on the last one, as was Die Hard Arcade. Sega Rally at this point had been out for over a year, I think. So it was only Sonic Jam, which is a collection of the Mega Drive games. So yeah, little thin, little sparse. There's some good movies here though. So Last Bronx, really cool kind of anime style, modern Soul Blade, I guess. Very Virtua Fighter-esque. Some fantastic graphical effects with this. The arenas look sort of 3D, but it kind of does this very optical illusion with the distances on certain stages. Cool game though. Probably the best looking 3D fighter on the Saturn. Obviously, it did come out 2 years after VF2. Apparently, it was massive in Japan. They had a kind of anime cartoon and a whole backstory behind it as well. Just another title that was of its time. Never really thought of again. Resident Evil. So I had this back in the day. I'd never played the PlayStation version up until. Thought it's great though. Had some really good features on it as well, specific to the Saturn, such as like a boss rush mode and what else was there? Various costume changes, I think. Character details probably not as good as the PlayStation, and it misses lighting effects, but it's got its own kind of chunky charm. It's got through that. Come to rescue you. Ouch. Dragon Force. So, never played this. I think anyone who watches Sega Lord X knows that this is his favourite Saturn game, I believe. It's not a role-playing game, it's a strategy role-playing game, I guess. I mean, everything on Saturn goes for a pretty penny these days, but I know this is, we're at 150, 200. Does some really impressive work with the amount of sprites on screen, if it gets to it. What about 2097? Didn't have this back in the day. I have got it now though. There's a really good comparison on Digital Foundry a couple of months back, comparing PlayStation to Saturn. And this in its own right is a good game, but you often did get those conversions from PlayStation to Saturn games. They never fared well. But back in the day, it was a sign that the Saturn was weaker, and it wasn't. It was just, that's a game very specific to the PlayStation. But considering it's a good go. But I remember watching this video with a PlayStation owning mate, and he had this. And he was like, "Oh, the lighting effects and the transparencies and the explosions are not good." Also, we were only 14, 13 or so at the time. Duke Nukem. So flipping it on the head, this is the best version of that generation, isn't it? Absolute storming game. I never played this back on Sound back in the day, but I did play it on a friend's PC. And looking back, it looks superb. I have played the PlayStation version of this, and it doesn't feel smooth. It's quite tame by today's standards, but all the strippers and the nudity and the humour is great. Sega touring car. I think all Saturn fans have got I would say a love-hate thing with this, but if you were there and you got rolled up in hype, you were expecting the next Sega Rally, and those reviews come out, and it was like, oh man. I think I said it in my last video that the game, even on the arcade form, isn't as good as Sega Rally, so it was never going to be a Sega Rally beat here. But on the Saturn, oh, it just runs way too fast, almost uncontrollable. Even on the demos, you're bouncing off the walls. It's very Euro pop, isn't it? The music, the clubs of Amsterdam. You like the Sega touring car? Yeah. I don't actually think graphically it's not a bad looking game. I think the textures on the road have always stood out to me on this, but it just needs slowing down. Enemy Zero, so interactive movie with real-time sections, gameplay to test your mind. I think this is just, yeah, it's just a demo, auto demo. Don't want it's a different shade. I basically just think this is the FMV start to it. I know the guy who done this, is it Kenji Eno? He died, and not recently, but it seems like his games have now become, I don't know, more respected than they were. They're definitely very out there. Yeah, it's just the intro. I'm not going to go through all that. I think there was this D1 and D2. I don't know. Not really my sort of games, so let's go Sega Rally. I'm sure everyone's seen this. I mean, if you're watching a Saturn-based channel and you've not seen Sega Rally, disclaimer: this is running at 60 hertz, and this is a 50 hertz version. I know from experience this is next to impossible to play. It's power optimized. We'll give it a go though. We're off. Yeah, you can tell the speedo's kind of cut off at the bottom. Yeah, it just runs a little bit faster than what I'm used to. I could have got a bit closer then. Oh, the big rock's missing on this one. Not going to hit the wall, do it properly. I normally take that full speed, but yeah, too heavy. Oh, God. Bloody awful. 121. That's terrible. Oh no. Too early, Junior. That's better. Let's see if we can take this clean. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Right, full speed. No, 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 no. Oh, you can normally kind of balance it coming out that exit. The 116, it's not bad, but not great. Probably need a few warm-ups, but yeah, that's, you want to play it, play the PAL at 50, NTSC at 60. So we go Sonic Jam. So again, I think the Sonic's World area of this is almost like a what could have been. It's very Mario 64 style. It's a shame. Like the lack of a Sonic really probably didn't. Oh dear, what's happened here? Oh, it's all in Japanese. There we go. He's off. It looks bright and vibrant. You know, runs along quite nice. I mean, graphically, it looks superb. Like the transparencies. Where's it all jumping up there? I would imagine this would have all the timed up. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that I'd have all the museum aspects of it. It's interesting. It's all the Japanese kind of font and style. It's like 4,800 yen. We'll go into it again to see the Mega Drive games. In fact, it's all four of them. Sonic 1. I imagine it's just going to be the first level, isn't it? Oh, I meant to. It's like riding a bike, mate. Never forget the first level of Sonic. There we go, bounce off that. That's straight under. Can we get the ring? Yep, there we go. 30 seconds. Boom, done. That's how we do it. That's called growing up with Sega consoles. There we go. Jobs are good. One of my most, well, I was going to say least favourite level in the original. I'd say probably Labyrinth, actually. This is definitely a close second, though. This is the easy mode, so something to move. Oh, he's got the spin dash in it. Ooh, I thought it's going to get squished then. Nope. Just missed the big one there. And to be fair, if you've got the first 2 acts of each of those 4 games, that's not bad return. Right, 21, 22 minutes. We'll leave it there. Take care. Bye bye.